I am Cyrus, king of the world, great king, legitimate king, king of Babylon, king of Sumer and Akkad, king of the four quarters. I have always respected the traditions, customs, and religions of the lands I conquered. Freedom is the right of every human being, and no one should be deprived of it by force. I did not rule with cruelty, but with justice and understanding. My strength did not come from oppression, but from unity. A leader who rules by fear will never earn true loyalty. I allowed every nation to live according to its own faith and customs. Power is greatest when it protects the weak rather than crushing them. I conquered lands not to destroy them, but to bring order and peace. A king should be a servant of his people, not their master. I never took away the homes of the innocent. Justice is the foundation upon which a lasting empire is built. I sought peace wherever peace was possible. Those who were oppressed found refuge under my rule. I believed that all people, regardless of origin, deserved dignity. Victory achieved through mercy lasts longer than victory achieved through violence. I did not force my beliefs upon others. A ruler who ignores wisdom will soon lose his crown. I valued counsel more than blind obedience. True authority comes from fairness, not from terror. I freed the captives and allowed them to return to their homelands. I respected temples and sacred places of all nations. Leadership is proven in restraint, not in excess. I treated defeated enemies with humanity. An empire built on injustice will crumble from within. I governed with law, not with rage. The happiness of the people was my greatest reward. I listened before I commanded. I believed peace was more powerful than endless war. I did not enslave nations for my glory. A wise ruler knows when not to fight. I honored diversity as a source of strength. Compassion strengthens authority, cruelty weakens it. I protected the rights of men and women alike. I ruled not for my own pride, but for stability and harmony. My name was feared by tyrants and welcomed by the oppressed. I allowed people to rebuild what had been destroyed before me. Justice was my sword and mercy my shield. I sought loyalty through respect, not fear. A kingdom endures when its people feel secure. I governed with patience, knowing haste leads to ruin. I believed that unity does not require uniformity. I valued peace above conquest. I made laws to protect, not to punish without reason. I did not destroy cities for revenge. My rule aimed to heal, not to wound. I believed that freedom brings prosperity. I never mocked the gods of other nations. True greatness lies in how power is used. I showed kindness to those who surrendered. I believed justice was a divine duty of kings. I governed with humility before the law. I allowed nations to flourish under their own traditions. I believed cruelty was a sign of weakness. I treated all peoples as part of one greater order. I sought wisdom from many cultures. I ruled with vision, not with hatred. The purpose of power is to serve humanity. I believed peace was the greatest legacy a king could leave. I believed that respect creates stronger bonds than chains. A ruler must understand the hearts of people, not just their lands. I never celebrated destruction, only restoration. An empire is strongest when its people feel protected. I chose mercy even when vengeance was easier. I believed harmony among nations was possible. The duty of power is to bring balance, not suffering. I allowed conquered peoples to govern themselves according to their laws. Fear fades, but gratitude endures. I trusted wisdom more than force. I believed that every culture carried its own truth. I ruled so that farmers could harvest in peace. The measure of a king is the peace of his people. I sought to heal divisions rather than deepen them. A leader must unite differences, not erase them. I never silenced voices simply for being different. Justice must walk hand in hand with compassion. I believed that prosperity grows where freedom exists. I did not see enemies, only future allies. I governed with foresight, knowing empires fall without vision. I respected the dignity of every human life. A king must protect the powerless from the powerful. I allowed exiles to return home with honor. I believed trust was stronger than intimidation. I did not rule to be worshipped, but to be remembered with respect. The true victory is winning hearts, not just battles. I never punished a people for the sins of a few. Peaceful governance is the highest form of strength. I listened to elders, scholars, and common folk alike. I believed humility preserved power longer than arrogance. I ruled knowing that power is temporary, but justice is eternal. I never demanded loyalty without offering fairness. An empire should be a shelter, not a prison. I believed unity grows from mutual respect. I did not plunder sacred places. I sought balance between authority and mercy. I believed kindness could tame even hardened enemies. A ruler must be firm yet humane. I protected the traditions passed down through generations. I governed to ensure stability for the future. I believed order should never crush freedom. I valued peace treaties more than triumphs. I ruled with restraint, knowing excess breeds rebellion. I did not measure success by conquest alone. Justice was my guide in all decisions. I believed freedom strengthened loyalty. I welcomed those who sought refuge. A king's duty is to serve life, not death. I believed wisdom comes from listening to many voices. I did not rule through terror. I believed prosperity follows justice. I allowed diversity to flourish within my empire. I governed with patience and resolve. I believed trust was the strongest foundation of rule. I never silenced faith or culture. I ruled knowing history would judge my actions. I believed peace was worth more than gold.